Oh, hello, and thank you for joining me. I'm Timbo Took, and this is A Joy of Painting Middle-earth, a time when we come together to paint the most fantastic landscapes Middle-earth has to offer, and maybe we'll paint a scary one a time or two. That can be quite fun, you know. Now, I may not be the best painter in the Shire, but I do love it so, and I'd love for you to paint right along with me. So if you're ready, grab your paints and your brushes, and let's go on an adventure. Alright, welcome to the Joy of Painting Middle-earth. Thank you for joining me. Now, I've got the canvas prepared already, and how have I done that? Oh, I've put that magic white down. A thin layer of magic white that Bob Ross the Blue taught us how to put down. That's right, the Blue Wizard, Bob Ross the Blue. He used to come to the Shire once a week when I was just a boy, and he'd teach everybody how to paint. So let's get to this today, and we'll talk about what we're actually going to paint. Alright, so I'm going into my ultramarine blue. This painting, this is going to be kind of a dull sky at the end of the day. We're going to start in this corner, just going in with that straight ultramarine blue. Now we do have that thin coat of magic white, so it'll mix right together on the canvas. There we go. There we go. If you have to, put a big hobbit foot on your easel and just bring that in. There we are. Just bring that across, and you see, it gets lighter as we come this way. That's right. Now we're picking some of that white up, and we don't want to have that all mixed in. So we're going to wash our brush in some odorless paint thinner. That's right, there we go. Oh, I'm getting a little thin on my odorless paint thinner. That's right, I'll have to pick up some more. There we go. Now we just have a rubbish bin down here that we beat the Sauron out of the brush, and it gets the brush nice and clean. That's right, going back into that ultramarine blue, coming back up here, just going in this corner again and bringing it across. And we're not going to have a lot of clouds in here today. No. There we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put some mountains over here. So let's do that. Let's make up, just with our palette knife, we're going to come in and we're going to make kind of a deep purple. So we don't need a lot of that alizarin crimson, but we are going to take some of this phthalo blue, mix it in there, just mix that up. There we go. Just pull it out and then cut across. Get a thin layer there. And we're just going to come in. These mountains are off in the distance. That they are. Just put that mountain up there. Bring it down. There we go. Not much of a mountain. Just something off in the distance. That's right. Now, what are we even painting today? You're like, oh, Timbo, what are you painting? I don't know. That's right. We're painting, it's something that's not from old Bilbo's stories or even Mr. Frodo's. That's right. This is a story from way back. Oh, Professor Tolkien, he wrote many stories. If you saw them, if you read them, that's right, stories of the First and the Second Age, all the things that happened before Mr. Bilbo's adventure. And that's what we're going back to, because I hear a little bird told me that there is a new storyteller who's going to take all the professor's stories, taking the professor's stories and is going to tell them the stories of old. That's right. Oh, the storyteller. Oh, that storyteller. Somebody told me their name. Amazon Prime or something like that. That's right. It sounds... Now, don't be afraid. It's not one of those horse carts that turns into some sort of a machine. It's actually a place They take stories and they make stories. And that's what they're doing. And they're doing that with old Professor Tolkien stories. There we go. We got that mountain back there. And now we're just going to tap this in. Just tap it in. There's just some mist and some haze back there. Just kind of covering up those details. Just off in the back. There you go. Smooth that out. Not too much. Don't make those colors jump around too much. There we are. And let's make another one of those. Let's go a little darker this time. Maybe get some of our ivory black and put in there, mix that in. A little more alizarin crimson. There we go. Not so blue on that one, not so blue. We're just going to put it on the canvas and see what color it is. That's right, we'll see what color it is as we do this. And oh, it looks like that black took over. That's okay, that's okay. We'll just take that down. Scrape that down, there we are. Oh, it's a little purple. Once you soften it out, you can see that it's a little purple in there. There we go, we're going to take that same brush, that 1-inch brush, and we're just going to pull this out this way. There we go. Just creating that right in front of that guy there. There we go. Just tap that in. Oh, let's knock some of that paint. Just beat the Sauron out of it down in your rubbish bin. There we go. Just take it this way and that. And you can use whatever colors you want. We're just doing this. We're just doing this. And mix it down in that way. There we go. There we go. Now, what we have is this is some water back here. So let's take that color. And we kind of want to put, oh, this will be a little bit of a reflection in there. Just bring it this way. There we go. There we go. So you're just matching what you did up top. I might not be perfectly in line there, but that's okay. It's just a reflection. Knock off some of that paint and come back and let's just smooth that out. Just smooth it out. You see, there we are. Now let's do the same with that other one. Knock some of that paint off again. There we go. Come up to that darker color we used. Just put some of that on your brush. And we're just matching here what we did. Just bringing it down this way. Over this way. There we go. Oh, we were talking about what are we painting today. So, there's a new story, a new storyteller that's going to be telling some of the Tolkien stories from the Second Age. We don't know too many details yet, but I do have a friend who has a YouTube channel called Fellowship of Fans. That's right, an old Harry at Fellowship of Fans. He lets us know the scoop about what's going on with that story. Some of us are excited to see how it's told. Some are scared. That's okay. There's always Professor Tolkien's writings. You can never deviate from that. He's kind of the official storyteller. Of course, there's my Grandpappy Took and my Grandgaffer Gamgee. They would tell me the stories when I was just a young hobbit. Oh, and what stories they told. Oh, my goodness. And they each had slightly different versions of what they told, so I'm not too worried. I'm not too worried. Let's take this one out into our reflection. There we go. There we go. Just take all of that down. Just bring it right down this way. There we are. There we go. Now let's take some of that. Let's take a little bit of that. Oh, let's go to our phthalo blue there. We'll bring it in down here. And let's just put in some water. Some water on this side. Just pull it in from the sides. That's right. And you see it gets lighter, or it should get lighter as you go up. Oh yes, it should. It's just reflecting that sky there. Just pulling that straight across. Now my straight lines aren't always straight. Oh, you might do a better job at that. Oh, you might do a better job than old Timbo. There we go. Bring that across. Knock some of that paint off the brush. And come right back to it. Oh, I didn't knock too much off. But that's okay. That's supposed to be the water down here. Oh, and Timbo, what are we painting? What are we painting, you ask? That's right. Well, of course, I know you saw the thumbnail for this video, so it's probably not too much of a surprise for you, but old Timbo still likes to pretend you didn't even know. And it's going to be Oliphaunt Rock. That's right, Oliphaunt Rock. It's a beautiful place. And while it's not quite in the stories, I do think you might see it when you watch the show on Amazon Prime. That's right. My friend Harry at Fellowship of Fans, he's done some scooping, and he let us know that they did some filming at this famous rock. That's right. So, in honor of my Grand Gaffer Gamgee, we're going to paint old Oliphaunt Rock, and you'll enjoy it. It'll be a fun one. That's right. So we've got this down, ready to go. Now let's start putting in some mountains. Let's clean off this brush just in our odorless paint thinner. There we go. There we are. Behind Oliphaunt Rock we have, whoa, there's a mountain cliff back there. So we're going to make a dark cliff and then we'll highlight it. So I'm going to take some of my ivory black, some of my burnt umber. That's right. Bring that in there. Maybe we'll take some yellow. Put some yellow in there. See what that does. And there we are. Just mix that color up. Pull it down. Bring it across the knife. Now let's just give ourselves, the top of the mountain here. The top of these cliffs. There we go. And you see that we put some of that yellow in there, and it gives it kind of a vegetation look. There we are. And we'll just bring this down. Just scraping that color. We're just pushing this color right into the canvas. That's all we're doing right now. That's all we're doing. Just putting that guy in there. We're not going to go over too much because we have a rock. We have a rock to put in there. So let's take our 2-inch brush and let's just pull this guy down. Alright, so that's just the background color in there. Now let's go in with a little bit darker highlights. Darker highlights. That doesn't make any sense. You're like, Timbo, what are you saying? What are you saying there, Timbo? Oh, we'll just come down. We'll put that in there, and you see. It just plays across the canvas. And we'll make some lines and things in here. There we go. There we go, right there. Just some shadow and things. And we'll make it real dark right in here, right in there. There we go. Now maybe there's a little bit of light there, so let's let's come here. Let's make this a little red. Let's give that rock a little bit different color there. There we go. Now bring that down. There we are. Just bringing this in and lightly, or just holding that palette knife lightly and letting that paint just grab onto the canvas there. And it gives you these different shapes and things that you have going on in the rocks. There we go. Now let's put a little bit of vegetation in there. What we want to do, we want to come in and let's give ourselves, take some of this sap green, a dark sap green color. There we go. Just tap that into the brush. And now we want to we'll give, there's some plant life there. There we go. Just tap that on. If you run the brush across there smooth, it won't give you those shapes of the leaves and branches and things. So just you fill up some of that space. Just look where that might be. There we go. You tap that into the brush. There we are. And that just runs down the mountain. There we go. Now we've got quite a bit of paint on there. So we want to thin that out a bit and it'll stick a bit better. There we go. And just do some bushes up there. And maybe go into some of that yellow ochre and that medium yellow. Let's clean off that brush. We're getting our colors too mixed together. Too mixed together, that's right. Right up top as well. Get all those different colors going there. There we go. Now let's, we want to put our elephant right in here. So what we're going to do, this is going to be, we're going to put down, we're just going to Normally we don't draw things out too much. But with this Oliphaunt, oh, we have a definite shape to him. And this rock just comes down. There we go. And it looks like it's just coming right down with a big old trunk. And then he's got some feet. This rock has feet. That's right. He just comes right back this way. And then it comes up like this. And it's not a real Oliphaunt. We just paint him in right there, and we'll come back and we'll highlight him. Can you believe that's all made out of rock? That's right, it's made out of rock. There we go. Just comes down this way. I probably should have used a bigger brush to fill that in. That's right. That is right. Let's do that. Oh, I didn't even clean that off. That's okay. Those colors will mix in, and those will just be part of the rock. There we go. There we go. There we are. Just comes down like that. Just one of those natural formations that you just think, how did that get there? That's right. Now this inside right here is just very dark. Very dark. And again, the same on this side. This part of the rock is very dark right here. There we go. There we are. And you're saying, no, Timbo, that doesn't look like much of an Oliphaunt. That's because it's a rock. Oh, it's a rock, and you just use your imagination when you see something like that. That is right. But I tell you what, that is quite the Oliphaunt. Oh, quite the rock. Just put that in there. There we go. All right, let us make up a rocky color for our Oliphaunt. That's right. Just take some of that titanium white and that ivory black, and you can get some of those other colors in there. There we go. Just mix that together. And we take this, and now this rock is formed. It's formed, and we just add some paint to make those rock shapes. There we go. And we'll come back and highlight these a little bit. Just bring that in. And if you've ever seen these rocks formed by layers and layers of sediment that formed over time, there we go. Just bring those in. And you're just tapping that in. That's given, just the different range of color there. There we go. Bring that down. Come back here. And we're just adding this in. You can see those layers and layers of rock that make up our Oliphaunt. There we go. Just bring those down. Now, what part of the story is this going to be? Oh, we don't know yet. Oh, there's so many different parts. If you have a theory, I would love to hear it. Just leave a comment down below and let me know what you think they're going to talk about in this part of the story. And then when they tell it, we'll all watch together and we'll see what it turns out to be. What it turns out to be. There we go. Just putting in those layer upon layer upon layer of rock that formed this creature. There we are. I know this part takes a long time. And you're like, oh, Timbo, I'm just going to skip ahead. Oh, you can do that. You can do that. But I enjoy the company. I enjoy the company of having you along while we do these paintings. That's for sure. That's for sure. And you see, we just bring that across, giving that rock some formation. That's why it looks like an elephant, because it has those wrinkles and things in the rock. Now, of course, we don't want that all to be just one color like that. So we're going to lighten up some of this gray. There we go. And we'll put some of these layers in. There we go. Just grabbing more of that titanium white. Just lighten this up as we go. Just making it that nice white that catches the light. There is our Oliphaunt. And what an Oliphaunt it is. That's right. That's right. Right there in nature this is formed. There we go. But you know, this Oliphaunt, he's got some bushes growing right on the top of him. Right on the top. Get that 1-inch brush nice and clean. And we're going to come back here. And we're just going to get some of our sap green real dark. This will be just the shadow, just the dark leaves underneath. And right on top of this Oliphaunt are these bushes. They run right down his back. And if you're picking up too much of that color, just knock it right off. There we go. Right down this Oliphaunt's back. There we are. Just putting that right in there. Some of it will come right down this way. There we go. Now, let's just take some of our sap green down here into these highlights. Oh, let's clean off that brush. Just tap that into our brush, and let's put some highlights there. Mix those yellow ochre and medium yellow. Just get a few different shades going. And there we are. Right on that Oliphaunt's back. Now we want to brighten up some of that. Give it some little brighter highlights. So we're just going to mix in some of our titanium white with that medium yellow. Just get that tapped into the brush. And then just there we are. Just tap right on there. And there we go. Oh, what an Oliphaunt that is. some of those lighter greens to get some of those going there. There we are. Now, oh, this elephant, it just looks like it's floating out there, just floating above the water. We don't want that. We don't want that. No, no. So let's just take a little bit of our darker gray, and we're just going to create a reflection of this guy. That's right. And you just bring that down. Bring that reflection down. There we go. We want to come into some of those blacks too. We want little darker parts in there. There we go. Just those shadow areas. There we are. And again, I know you're saying, Timbo, that's a mess. That's a mess. Yes, you're right. That is a mess. It is a mess. Let's just get a clean brush here. A clean 2-inch. There we go. Now let's just take this. Oh, we'll make this reflection. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, it just goes and goes. There we are. There we go. Let's put some land in here though. Oh, let's come here. We'll just take some of this yellow ochre and we'll see about making a sandy color. Maybe some titanium white in there. There we are. Just get that going down there. Now let's just put in, we'll just put in some sand here. Just the beach. That's right. Putting in the beach. Drop that in and then just smooth it out. The beach is pretty smooth. There we go. And it comes right down to the feet of the Oliphaunt. There we go. Just get that loaded on the brush. And it'll come in right here. And right back in there. And it comes down this way. There we are. Just that beachy look. There we go. Oh, now. Bring that up. There we go. But it still looks like it's floating out there in space a bit. Let's clean off our palette knife, or let's see. Let's go to this palette knife. We're going to get some of our magic white. Get some of our magic white on this skinny palette knife. And then what we want to do is we want to outline this. There we go. We want to put that outline right there. Just keeping it coming straight across. Straight across. And this will put the water right at the base of that. There we go. So now it's touching the water. It doesn't look like it's just out there floating in space. And even our beach area. Just cut this into the beach. There we go. There we are. And it's okay if it gets a little roughed up. That's just the waves coming in to the beach there. Just that liquid, that magic white down there. There you go. Now we need to put it back here too. We need to separate that horizon line back there. Just separate that out. There we go. And I usually tilt my head a little bit like this because I'm trying to stay out of your way. Oh, and I messed up my line. I didn't keep it quite straight. We'll just say it's pretty wavy back there. There we go. Now I do see something with that reflection. Oh, that reflection there. Let's see if I can get a good color for that. I'm just going to take this up. We're going to pull this down. We want that to connect there. There we go. Now, take that clean, dry brush and just bring that out there. There we go. That makes that reflection a little better. A little bit. And then what you can do is you've got this and just make some waves there. That just breaks that up. There we go. And you want to be sure to try and bring that straight across. Now my shaky hand, my uneven hand is taking that up a bit. You never know. Maybe the water's falling out of the water. There we are. Come back and fix that if you messed it up. Well, you probably will watch me and learn from my mistakes, so you're not going to mess that up. That's right. Oh, but as Bob Ross, the Blue Wizard, used to tell us, we don't make mistakes, we just make happy accidents. There we go. There we are. Putting those waves back there. Oh, good seascape there. Oh, let's see. Bring that there. There we are. Now we've got it. Oliphaunt Rock. Now if you want that to look a little bit more like an oliphant, if you want to give it one last detail to make it look more like an oliphant than it does, let's just put in an eye on that rock. That's right. Just right there. There we go. And as you take a step back from your paintings and you look at it, well, now I was standing there like this the whole time. So it looks a little bit different once I take a step back. But maybe there was a shadow here in the sand. There we go. Well, the shadow, who knows which way it was going. But there's lots of things you could do. Lots of things. You can put little crevices in the sand. Break that up a bit. Now, is this a place that some of the kings of old are visiting? Oh, I don't know. We'll just have to see. We'll see how that goes. But it's just a fun little painting and just imagining what the next story we might be able to see will bring us. And this is a real place. If you get a chance to go visit it, oh, I would say. I would like to go see that myself. Now, I hope you enjoyed today's painting. Just a fun little, let's think about what it might be. That's right. Thank you for joining me. Remember to like and subscribe and do all those things. I appreciate it, and that helps bring others to the party. That's right, our adventuring party that likes to paint. Goodbye, and God bless.